Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels. And today we need to make solder, amongst other things, tin plate, and we might as well make some lead plate while we're here. And basically we are going to be combining this arrangement with wherever our lead is over here somewhere. Is that? No, that's carbon. Lead. Oh, here's our lead. Yes, very very simple lead plate at the moment, and also this wonderful solder arrangement. So, what we want to do, I've gone to the liberty of setting up our lead ore, tin ore, and carbon. Now, before we get too far, regular old tin ingots that we have been using actually requires coke. So if we have a look over at our previous base, we're using coke to get that ore. Gosh, now I've lost it. It's over here somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, so we've got this coke coming in, and that's using in our blast furnace to create the ingots. Of course, just to be difficult, lead. There we go. Here we go. Lead goes to lead oxide. Let me just bring it up. Yes. Processed lead goes to lead oxide, and then that lead oxide needs carbon to go to lead ingot. So we could just bring carbon and coke in, or we could just bring coke in and turn that coke into carbon. But fortunately, there is a tin ingot that uses carbon, and it's an additional step. There's a pellet press that we need to go. So process tin to tin pellets. Now I haven't checked if this is a better ratio. So we get 3 processed tin makes 4 tin pellets, and so 6 processed tin makes 24 ingots. Or if we go the other way, 8 makes 24. So it actually does slightly improve our tin throughput, which is nice because currently tin only just has the one setup here, and I do need to expand that. I'll probably do that off camera, but it just means that we have slightly less tin. There we go, like 1.5 in some of these, and there we go, almost 8k in each of these. So there's that. Now, if we've learned anything, it's that we're going to need a stack of things that we do not have. So let's head back to base and stock up on some of our items, particularly our blast furnaces and not pellet makers, we don't have them being made, but blast furnace, induction furnaces, casting machines. I think that's kind of the brunt of it, and whatever those ore processing things are. Ore processing machines, yes. So we're going to need those, we're going to need blast furnaces, induction furnaces, and not strand casting, just casting machines. Yes, we need a lot of casting machines. So let's stock up and see how far we get with the supplies we currently have. Now I do want to maybe ditch some of the stuff we have. I'm not going to need those. I'm not going to need those. We just got a bunch of random crap that I don't really want to ditch, but I will ditch the stone. Alright, so what do we got? We have blast furnaces. Let's get 20 seems a lot, but we'll do it. These guys, we'll get all of them. The ore processing, casting machines, yeah, we'll get all of them. And that just leaves induction furnaces. Yeah, there we go, alright. So that's a lot of stuff. And, oh, thanks guys. While I'm here, we'll get loaded up by our friendly bots. Try not to make them travel too far. Yeah, rail. Rail. Just keep going, guys. Alright, that's probably enough for now. I'll come back. I'll come back again. Never you fear, bots. Never you fear. Alright. Oh, the poor guys, they're just running off to nowhere. So, armed with all our stuff, we can do some quick double checking of ratios to make sure that we get those right. But hopefully, hopefully it's not too different from what we have been using. And there is going to be some other kind of additional things like the carbon and whatnot that we have to get in. But let us just begin with some ore processing. All right, and we're just going to do one of each because why not? All right, let's bring you out this way. That seems pretty good. All right. So let's have a look at a yellow belt. Is 15 items a second. Let's see how many of these guys we can support. And I want you processing some lead, please. Alright. You are at a crafting speed of 1.5. Alright. So you're using 6 ore in 2 seconds. So 3 ore a second. So we can support 5 of these. 3 ore a second. Beautiful. Alright. Let's get some stack inserters just to really hammer that home. We're going to be using a lot of stack inserters here. Can we connect this up to power somewhere? What about one of you guys? There we go, perfect. Alright. And one of you. Alright, so that is making processed lead. Now, processed lead, how much processed lead is that making? It is making 2 processed lead. 3 and 2, so 1.5 a second. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, that is, of course, exactly half a belt. Because it's 1 to 2, yeah. Pretty obvious when you think about it. Alright, so we don't need stacks for this. We should be able to just get away with that. And that'll fill half the belt, exactly. Now, next step is a little different for lead, because we need to make lead oxide. So, processed tin goes into lead oxide with oxygen gas, and that's happening in a blast furnace. Alright, so let's get some blast furnaces going. We'll leave a little bit of a gap, and let's line it up somewhat like that. Alright, that is not probably enough of a gap. Just want to make sure we can fit other stuff in. So you're actually making lead oxide, or we could just make from lead ore, but I think we're going to go for the more advanced option. So you need oxygen. Oh, good old oxygen. Where was our last oxygen creation? Over here. That is oxygen that's burning off. Yeah, let's create some electrolyzers. Electrolyzers. Yeah, we can make one of them. We could even make another one if we had to, but for now we'll just do that. And we've got pumps, so that is our oxygen. Let's get this kind of deal going. And it's of course going to, no, don't cut, paste. Whoa, did I turn my bots off? Yeah, I did, there we go. I'm wondering why that wasn't repairing. Now, this lovely gas over here we'll get rid of. Just by flaring it off, because we don't need it here. Seems like a bit of a waste, but that's what we're going to do. Alright. And you also need fuel, so you'll need some carbon coming in here. Now, our carbon is, we've only got one row of carbon, and we're going to be splitting this quite a bit, I would imagine. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run this rail along here. Might need to bring in some more rows of this. Alright. And what we're going to do is bring it up here, and we can, if we were smart, we could mix it onto that belt, couldn't we? Just like that. Beautiful. Alright. That should be enough. Now, oxygen. We have to actually make our oxygen. Alright. Surprise, surprise, we have to actually make the oxygen. We've got plenty of room. Let's not stuff around. There we go. Okay, you're making pure water, purified water. Yes, we are. We're dodging it up again because time is money. There we go. Purified water. Another one of these. Burning off that. And then something like this. All right, let's have a quick check. This is making 10 oxygen a second. Wow, that's not much. This actually needs 30 oxygen a second just for one. We might need a better. We might need a better oxygen. This is 25 a second. That's pretty good. That's worse. None of these electrolyzers are particularly nice. Okay, so looks like our best we can do is the compressed air. Now where did we do that? We did that. There's a few of them in here somewhere. Yeah, this guy. So we need an air filter, Mark II. Search for air filter. Alright, let's make 2 of them. Let's report this out. Goodbye. Now, air filter. Oh, I'm missing a construction robot. Hope I didn't leave it somewhere. Now, air filter recipe is producing 25 a second. So that's pretty good. These have a crafting speed of 2, as do these. So that's actually 50 a second. And what did I say? This is using 30 a second. So yeah, 2 should be able to supply a few of these, because let's see how much pellets this is using. It's using 2 a second, so 3 a second, and we have 7.5, so we only support 2 of these guys with our half belt here. No, copy. There we go. Get that over there. You can go there. Alright. There we have it. We've got our compressed air filter Mark II. Alright, let's get you guys pumping out some compressed air, and then a chemical plant. Possibly 2, making, I've got to find it, oxygen and nitrogen. There we go. Alright, now so this uses 100 compressed air in 2 seconds, and this produces 100 in 3 seconds. So something like this will be ample, absolutely ample. I'm going to need another flare stack. This is too close now, isn't it? Alright, cut that, pop it back further. Let's get another flare stack here for that lovely nitrogen that we are not going to be using. Oh, yep. There's that too. Alright. Something like that, that'll work. Maybe. No, it won't work. Alright. Looks like you, my friend, need to go further down. Alright, there we go. Something like that. Yeah. Sure. Seems like it's going to be fine. All we need to do is power all these up with a power point there. Power point, power pole. So now we have lead oxide, and each one of these is producing 1 in 4 seconds. That can't be right. Let's have a look at that. Lead oxide. Yeah, there we go. It turns 8 into 24 lead oxide. Interesting. How interesting. So it's using 2 a second, 3 a second, and that's got 7.5. So we can actually have another half of one there. But they're putting out 24 every 4 seconds with our 1.5 multiplier. That is actually 36 in 4 seconds. That's 9 a second. Wowee. That is legitimately a lot. 9 a second. Alright. What I'm going to do is copy all of that over to there, and that'll get us a half one. And just a whole stack of... that actually isn't fast enough. Alright. I miscalculated that. I do need stack inserters there if these are running out at full capacity. So, 9 a second, 9 a second. That is a crazy amount. That is actually a full belt each. But let's just see where they're used, because this is making 24, and if that's going straight into here at 24, it is. Perfect. All right. What do we need to actually do that in? That's done in another blast furnace. So we can put another blast furnace there. No, we need to put it there. All right. So we actually need to rip these up. Sorry, guys. All right. Now you are making this. We're going to need more carbon coming up. And I'm going to put you on... Oh, that's just a little bit annoying. I'm going to do that. But what I need to do is some of these, doing that, and grabbing out and doing that. There we go. Alright. And then we need to underground some of those, like that, and underground those, like that. Okay. That is going to work. Power these up. We also need some power poles in here, and that just makes it look really gross, doesn't it? Sure does. Okay. I'm going to pop these guys here to actually run that. Can I make these look better? There we go, that's the ticket. Alright. And these are making 24 in 4 seconds. That is 6 a second, 1.5, 9 a second again. Wow. Alright, we are almost getting, we're getting more than half a belt out of these. Out of each of these. How many of these have I got? I've got heaps. That's good. Alright, so let's do our classic kind of half stack. Oh no, that would have worked. Alright. There and there. And then let's pop those in. Keeping our power going. Alright, we now have a lot of lead ingots. Yes, lead ingots. Now, I want to convert one of these rows is going off over here, and that is going to be solder. And now the rest of these is going to go into no, molten lead. There we go. Yep, molten lead in induction furnace. So that's 12 in 4 seconds. What did I say? These are actually, these have got 9 a second, 18 a second here. And we are using 18 in 4 seconds. 3 times 1.5 is 4.5. 4.5 seconds. So each one of these supports 2. There we go. All right. That's pretty good. Let's get the induction furnaces. We're going to run out of space if I do that. Alright, induction furnaces, again, blast, or there we go, induction furnace. So let's set it up over here. 1, 2, 3. That came in like that. Actually, no, we don't need that. We can actually put them here. And then you're making molten lead. And how much do you need? You need a second, yeah. Alright, pick up from there. Pick up from there. Have some power. And now you're producing. Alright, you're producing 30 molten lead a second. And our casting machines. Our casting machines making lead plate require 10 a second, so we can make 3 of these. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And then we pipe this in. We might need some power for that one. There we go. Pop that up there. A little bit of thunder out there. Alright, now each of these are producing that. And they are producing 1 a second, 1.5 a second. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 a second. Easy. And what are you waiting for? Molten lead. What are you waiting for? Iron ingots. Why are you doing that? You're crazy, buddy. There we go. Alright. And then over this side, we just do the same thing. Doesn't really matter, does it? Spin it. That one looks pretty good. Alright. 1, 2, and rock there. There we go. We're going to bring the molten lead over here. I wonder if I just spun this. Yeah, that's what it'll be. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. And there is our lead plate. Alright. It's not a full yellow belt, but it's more than not a yellow belt. Now I could actually put it that close because there's no reason not to. Like it's the same material there. Actually just kind of evens it out if we ever had a ratio problem, which we do not. Alrighty. There we have roughly 2-ish. Are these guys struggling for it? No. Alright, we've miscalculated something here. Oh, there's a bit of thunder. I wonder if that's coming through the mic. So this is creating 30 a second, and this is using 10 a second, so they should be able to support all of them. Yeah, it just kind of does. Alright. Wonderful. Next up, we need to do something with some tin over here. How are we doing for time? We're getting close to time. Alright. Let's do something with tin over here. Now tin is a little bit simpler. Life is just a bit simpler with tin. Alright. Process tin is turning 4 into 2. Is that the same as this ratio over here? Turning 4 into 2 in 2 seconds. Yep, so we can therefore copy that. Copy that. Copy that, and yeah, ditch all of that. Alright. Come on, guys. Get with the program. There we go. Get with the program. Me. Alright. There is our tin now. Oh, okay. I say tin was easier, but of course we need to do pellets. This might be a little bit of a longer episode. Sorry about that. If you don't mind, we will be making tin pellets in a pellet press. Alright, let's make a pellet press. I hope we can do that. Nope, that one. Crafting, nope, must be this one. Pellet press. There we go. Oh, we can make 4 of them. We're probably going to need that. Let's just make 1 first, though. And then we can see what our ratios are. Why are you guys not going? Alright. Oh, that is hail. 1 moment. Ah, yes, and I am back. Not sure if you can hear that in the background. It's raining quite heavily. Hopefully that doesn't stuff up the sound, but more importantly, I had clothes on the line, and I needed to get them off. So, after that quick break, we have our pellet. I made 4 of them. There it is. Pellet press. Oh, it's quite small. All right. So what we need for pellets is just tin. Okay. So this turns 3 tin into 4 pellets. Most interesting. 3 tin into 4 pellets. So we should be able to. Let's see the speed this does it. Sorry, I should check that first. This uses 3 tin in 2 seconds, and this is producing 3 tin in 2 seconds with the 1.5 speed. And these are a 1 speed, so that actually works out perfectly, 1 to 1. I don't know why I keep doing that, but let's just get this going. Alright. And yeah, let's not stuff around. Let's just keep going with stacks coming out. Alright. There. Let's copy that to there and to there and get rid of that. Alright. Is there a reason I'm not making that? I didn't. I couldn't make a 5th one. Oh, well, that's fine. We'll get back to that. Alright, so that's turning that into actually 1.5, so I should offset that here and here. And there's our pellets. So now we turn pellets into tin. There we go, with our carbon. So we have carbon coming in here. 1, 2. This is going to have to be 1 further up. There we go. All right. So where can we get some carbon from? Well, we can get it. Let's bring it up here. Yep, that works. All right, there we go. So now we need fast inserters doing stack inserters, fast inserters. No. How much do we need? We need about 2 a second. Yeah, well, let's go with that. And then we'll do fast inserters there. Alright, so you're dropping off up there and picking off down there. And you're dropping off, picking up from there and dropping off there. That's fine. Alright. Whew. My golly, that's doesn't line up. Ah, that's sad. Oh. Alright, how many of these do we need? This is using 8 pellets in 4 seconds. This is using with 1.5 speed. I'm only making pellet 1s. I am making pellet 1s. Alright, that's okay. 8 pellets in 4 seconds. So 2 pellets a second. With a 1.5 speed means 3 pellets a second. And this was making 2 pellets a second. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 divided by 3 is 3. Alright, so we should be able to support this. If we do something like that. Arg. I would prefer that to be after. Okay, let's rip this out. Rip it out. Try again. Because if I pull off there, I'm not actually going to get the full belt's worth. So we're going to do that. And that means you need to come up here. And then we can line this up. Like so, and like so. And now we are out of power poles. Let's rearrange this power pole situation. So I think we can get something a little bit nicer like that. Alright, so this now is producing 24 in 4 seconds. We go to induction furnace. And we're probably again going to need to split these, because that's what this is producing, isn't it? 24 in 4 seconds. 24 in 4 seconds. And this uses 12 in 4 seconds. Assume the ratio is the same on this one. Molten tin uses 12 in 4 seconds. Yes. Okay. So each of these can support 2. Because we don't need to do that math again, do we? Alright, let's copy that. There, and there. And again, this one is going out here to do something with. Meaning we've got a bit of space over here to, let's say, change that a little bit. What if I put that in one pipe? Yeah, we're going to mix things up. So these guys are making molten tin. There we go. And each of these supports 3, so we get 6 of these guys coming off here. Yeah, that's how I did it last time, wasn't it? 2, 3. Let's copy that to there. Bring that right up there. And tin plate. Beautiful. Just like that. Whew. Now we just need to power pole this up. Maybe we'll do something like that. Looks a bit nicer. And can we connect that up? We can. Ha! That one also needs some power. And then let's copy that over to here. And that goes to there. And that goes to there. Beautiful. Alright, let's copy those. And that one. And some powering up is in order. So shortly we should see some tin plate going up there. And how are we doing for time? We are just over time, but of course wouldn't be complete without... actually that works surprisingly well. Ooh, no, not like that. Don't do that. Alright. What do we need? I think we need another blast or an induction. Induction is what we need. Alright. So you are now making molten solder. Molten solder. And you need 3 a second. Yeah, you do. Alright. Pick up from there. Let's copy that. How much is this using? Sorry. This is using the same amount of each, so we can support 2 of these. Alright, let's put these in the middle. We're going to be able to only support 2 of them. We might as well pop them like that. And like that. Wonderful. Copy that there. Let's get that output up the top. Oh, we're out of pipe. We are out of pipe. I wonder that's kind of working. Well, we'll finish this off. That is the molten solder. I lose alt mode. Molten solder produces 240 molten solder. We're out of those as well. That is sad. What I'm going to do is steal that one. Sorry, let's get rid of that. Let's just copy that one so it has the recipe. Now we can actually test this one. So this uses 10 a second again, and we're producing a ton, 60 a second, 120 a second. That is actually a bunch of these, isn't it? Yes, it is. Sure is. All right. And each of these is outputting how much? 6 every 4 seconds. That's 1.5 a second times 1.5 is like 2.25, so about 2 a second. That is a lot. So how many do we need to make? We need 8 to fill a belt. There we go. And we're done. We're done. No more questions, people. No more questions. I think we're done. All right. Whew. Pretty good. Let's actually do this properly because I'm an idiot and I need some power poles in there. There we go. That will get us room for some power poles to go in and actually power this up. There we go. And once we go get some more goodies, that will be up and running. Maybe. Probably should have a combo power both ways. There we go. All right. Well, that's all we got time for. But what we have is solder almost done. We've got tin plate. We've got iron plate. We just got to feed these back down into our drop-off, which we'll have to create. Yes, I will have to create some drop-off for the 3 items: tin plate, iron plate, and solder. Wonderful. All right. As always, I'd love to hear your comments down below, how you think we're going, and why that is flashing. We'll have a look at that off camera, and I'll see you tomorrow.